Welcome back to the channel, guys. Subscribe if you haven't as yet. Like this video. We went off on the global showboat count for World Showboats Day 2021, and we went to some of the usual hotspots to see what we found. Here we had a bunch of smoothbill annies hanging out by the seasonal marshlands, some cattle egrets, loads of cattle by the beach. You know, other herons were there, like this juvenile yellow crown night heron was hanging out. And what we've seen consistent was there was a lot of shiny cowbirds foraging in grassland near all the shorebirds. Now it was about shorebirds, but I want to appreciate some of the other species that would hang around shorebirds. This is a beautiful male shiny cowbird at Latent Beach. The first day we went, we saw a few, there was a pair of short-billed dowitchers. You can see them here with a very long bill. And of course, a lesser yellow leg. It was startled, so he's standing very upright for a lesser yellow leg. Which was in the marsh next to this adult yellow. There was some greater yellow legs as well as some white Rum Sandpiper, some ruddy townstone. Unfortunately, we didn't get a lot of high quality photos that day. Here you can see a white Rum Sandpiper foraging in the grass. This was also a wet, very yellow belly seed eater. We went to some of our known showbird spots in the city. Here at Tantine Playing Field was more shiny cowbirds, laughing gull and cattle egret. There was a couple greater and lesser yellow leg, but not the American golden plovers that I expected to see there. Fast forward, went to Lasages Playing Field as well. It was a lot of shiny cowbirds. You can see the male with a nice shiny black, and this is either a juvenile male or a female with the brown. Now, shiny cowbirds are pretty common in Grenada, and they tend to hang around grasslands around this time of year with the migratory shorebirds. So also a barn swallow. Had a close-up of this barn swallow at Lasages Playing Field. So we had a curfew imposed because of COVID, so I had to check up some of my known showbird spots. Here you can see is a place called Russian Point in Latent, near Latent Beach hotspot. And on Russian Point you always have resting migratory shorebirds. We can see some black belly plover here, still some black on the belly and on the face from the breeding plume. There's also a lot of semi-palmated plovers out there, ruddy townstones, and even some spotted sandpiper. We've seen sanderlins out there. It's a good spot to see migratory shorebirds. This spot, they're resting. There is no beach there, so they're normally there resting for during the migratory season. It's a good place to check out if you have some time. I just love to see the black belly plovers in their breeding plume. Another nearby location who have good shorebird activity would be the Crowshoe Bay. It's pretty hard to get by. Here we see another white Rum Sandpiper. Earlier was a lesser yellow leg. There's also one pectoral sandpiper hanging out. I got some better shots of him later on in this video. The semi-palmated sandpipers were everywhere. There was a couple of western sandpipers as well. Here you can see an assortment of white Rum Sandpiper as well as semi-palmated. Other semi-palmated, there were a lot of sargassum and washed down from the recent rains. So you can see a mixture here of leaves and debris from the land as well as sargassum from the ocean coming in. And the sandpipers were having a field day. Here you can see a white Rum Sandpiper making some display on the left here. Yeah, there was just the usual suspect: semi-palmated sandpipers, western sandpipers, white Rum Sandpipers, a couple of lesser and greater yellow legs, as well as a pectoral sandpiper. Things were picking up for shorebirds. Also got the opportunity to get some close-up shots of this least sandpiper. You can see the least sandpiper here with this greenish yellow leg. It's one of the smallest of the peep sandpipers, and it's distinguished from the semi-palmated and the western with its leg. If you get it really close, you would see it has a slightly down-tongued bill, but the greenish yellow leg would be telltale for least sandpiper. There's a few of them on the beach as well. Yeah, but I went back and this pectoral sandpiper offered me some really good shots. You can see the cabbage and the debris. Some of these are washed in from the ocean, the Atlantic current. Others came down with the river. But you can see that sharp demarcation between the chest and the belly of the pectoral sandpiper. They also have a kind of yellowish base at the bill and a downturn bill with a kind of greenish yellow leg as well. A pretty distinct sandpipers, easily to distinguish from the others. It's one of my favorite. This solitary sandpiper been at Latent Beach for a little while. You can see here it is a mottled brown back and a white eye-ring with kind of greenish yellow legs. There was lesser and greater yellow legs as well. And They seem to hang out together. The solitary, I've seen it with this greater yellow leg in these small seasonal marshlands. And I call it that because in the rainy season, the rain would gather there, and where would normally be grass for through there would be a marshland. You can see there a much better look at this solitary sandpiper with this mottled speckled back and a pretty distinct white eye-ring next to a lesser yellow leg. We normally see a lot of lesser yellow leg here, both in the marsh, the grassland, and on the beach, as well as Rudy Thornstone and a couple of semi-palmated sandpipers can be seen in this shot. The pair short-billed dowitcher been here about a week, as well as a few of the pectoral sandpipers. You can see that sharp demarcation again between the chest and belly. In this Rudy Thornstone, there is a semi-palmated plover in the background. But yeah, as well as the dowitchers, this Rudy Thornstone is special because there was a banded Rudy Thornstone, and there you can see it, 738. So banded Rudy Thornstone. I've spotted a banded Rudy Thornstone on this beach in 2020 as well. Now 738 has been banded in Delaware in the US in 2017. Been documented there every year. So it's the first time I'm seeing him in Grenada. So it was really nice. We recorded it on bandedbuds.org. You can look it up there. There was also a large amount of white rum sandpiper that day. That was not the usual thing. But yeah, the Rudy Thornstones are pretty normal for that location. And I think we had about 37 to 40 that day, and maybe 40 something the next day. Fast forward to the last day of the count, and there was a new visitor to the Latent Beach. It was the first time documenting a southern lapwing at Latent Beach. It's pretty cool. I love the way you can see that sharp black chest with the white underbelly, as well as the black mask. They also have a very loud alarm call. If you've never seen one before, it's one of the most beautiful shorebirds you can see. There's a few that hangs around the airport. You'll probably find a couple at the tourism port in the city, as well as the telescope hotspot. So it's pretty cool if you've seen this bird in the wild in Grenada. Southern lapwings, they normally hang out in pairs, but this one, I don't know why it was there for itself. Yeah, I've seen as much as a dozen to 15 short-billed dowitchers at this spot as well, but only 2 I've seen so far for the season, or these 2. And again, here we see number 738, the banded Rudy Thornstone for this year, 2021. Hopefully we see a lot more. Hopefully you like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like the video. Leave your views in the comments. Thank you.